welcome back friends. So in this video, you are going to just learn the fundamental concept of connecting PHP to MySQL. So in yesterday's session, you have got the information like how exactly you can connect PHP to the MySQL. But I was not able to give the detailed concept of why exactly it is needed and all. So I will be just showing that particular concept in this video. So before starting with this one, so I will just go to phpMyAdmin, localhost phpMyAdmin. So if you refer previous video, so I have given an instruction like how to make bookmark and all. So we know that username is root and there is no password. Okay, login. So you can see this is the default. If you just click on database, so you are having n number of databases here. So you are having MySQL, Performa Schema, Test, Information Scheme, everything you are having n number of database. But when you are connecting with your PHP to the MySQL, so you have to instruct your PHP that which is the server you are going to use, whether you are using a localhost server or some other remote server, like if you can give any domain or IP address. Since in our project we are using only localhost, so we are giving localhost as a server name. Next, coming to the username, so we want to instruct our PHP that which is the username which can be used to log into my PHP, that is MySQL. So phpMyAdmin. So we are using a username here. This username will be access to log into my MySQL server, that is root. So you have to instruct PHP that so my username for MySQL is root and password so and so. So in this case password is blank, so we are giving blank password. And I can also tell that which is the database that my PHP should connect and fetch the information or store the information. So for all this purpose, so I need some commands where I can instruct my PHP to do some particular task. So now coming to this particular code, we'll just break up and learn what are these concepts. So what I will do, I will just comment some lines of code here. So I will just keep the basic lines of code, so to make you understand what is exactly required. So I have commented all lines here. So now I am having only one line of statement which is called as $con. This is a variable name. So why usually we will be using con is it refers to the connection. Means PHP will connect to so and so database. So what I will do is this connection is a variable name. I can give any name. I can give my name also for this connection. But for understanding purpose, so we will be using as a con. So don't think that it should be always a con. You can give any name, or you can give like full connection, or you can whatever the name you want, you can give that particular name. So MySQL I connect. So this is the statement, that is inbuilt function we are going to use in PHP to connect to particular server name and with particular users. So here MySQL connect will take some parameters. Like the first parameter is nothing but the server name. So you can see I am giving in different procedure to just give you the logic. The first parameter should be localhost, that is what is my server name. And the next parameter should be my username, that is root. So since my MySQL user is root, I will be giving root. So the next parameter is my password. Since password is blank, so I will be giving this one just within quotes without mentioning anything. Next, the last parameter is my database name. So I will do one database called Manju and I will create. So I will save this document. So you can see here. So this is the basic steps what I am doing here. So I have just informing my PHP that connect to localhost using a username root, using a password null, and try to connect to the database Manju. So let us run this particular file. So this is, you can see, this is test.php. The file name I have saved as test.php. So I will go to my project. Inside my project, so I have kept my test.php in full stack. So I will just click on full stack. So here you can see I am having test.php. So I will just click on this one, test.php. So it is running still, you can see. So now I got an error stating that unknown database Manju. So that is, my PHP is throwing an warning like unknown database Manju. So here what that means is there is no database called Manju. So let us see in my PHP database. That is myadmin, PHP myadmin. You can see the only database available is this 4. There is no PHP database called Manju. So this is how we are going to do the means this is what the logic of this thing. So now what I will do, I will just create one database called Manju create. So I think you know all this procedure for creating the database. So if not, you have to refer the yesterday's session video. Inside Manju, I will create a table called ID with 2 columns. Okay, the one column will be ID, second column will be name. ID is of type integer, name is of type varchar, save. So this particular part of information. So if I click Manju and if I click table name, I have given as ID, and inside ID I am having 2 columns, ID and name. Okay, so let us see. I will be giving table name as ID. Okay, and I will just rerun this one, that is test.php. So it is showing unknown database ID. Okay, so table name is Manju. Manju, means database name is Manju only. So I will be creating this one. So you can see I am not getting any error in this one, but I am not getting any connection message also. So this is the default this one statement will be enough to instruct the PHP to tell that which particular thing that PHP should access. But I want a suitable error for my suitable message for my error or for my successful connection. So for that procedure, what I am going to use is, so I am just uncomment the this thing, commented line which I have used, block uncomment. So I will just give one statement, looping statement. I will tell that if $connection means if this is returning any error means I will be displaying a message called connection failed and the reason for the connection failed. So here again MySQL connect underscore error is a inbuilt function that will tell the actual reason for my connection, means for my connection error. And if this is successful means I am going to tell that is connection successfully. So this is connected successfully. So this is a string message what I want to display. I can give whatever I want. So I will just tell MySQL connected successfully also. Just within the quotes it is there, so you can give what are the information you are having. So this 3 lines is about to just to display a message stating whether the connection is successful or connection is failed. That indicates that okay, PHP has successfully got an instruction that it is going to so and so database, so and so table, and so user with server. So here we are having one more line, MySQLi close connection. I will just comment this. So just we'll go one by one. So you can see if connection connection failed is there, means when there is any error, so we are telling that connection failed with message. So now let us refresh the page. Same page, I will go to the browser. I am in the test.php only. So you can see here. So I will just refresh, that is reload. You can see that I got a message, MySQL connected successfully. So this is the message. Earlier I was not getting any message, but now I am getting message. So I am confident that okay, there is no wrong in this connection procedure. So that is why you have to add this part of message, this particular part in your coding statement. So now I will make some mistake. Instead of root, I will give as rot. So let us check what error we'll get. I will just refresh. So now you can see I got an error stating that access denied for user. So a state access denied for user. So it's not giving username. It's showing some error. So here, if now what are the version of WAMP you are using, in that one it will show the username also. That rot also it will show. Since I am using in laptop, I am having lower version, so it is not giving some message. But you will be getting like access denied for user rot. So this is one message. So next I will go to my same this thing. I will just recorrect that one root. And I will make it as password as some entry. I will give some character in password. Actually there is no password. So let us check what is the error we will be getting. So you can see here, access denied for user root using password is equal to yes. Actually there is no password, but we are mentioning a password. So that is what this error statement means. So the message is connection failed. That is what user has defined here, connection failed. And what is the reason is given by my MySQL, that is PHP inbuilt function. That is MySQL connect error will show the actual reason for the error. So I think you are getting the logic of this one. So I will retain all this thing and I will refresh. So okay, connected successfully I got. So now I have commented this one, MySQLi close connection I have commented. So I was getting connection information message. So what I will do, I will uncomment and I will execute the same thing. So even though now also I am getting the same MySQL connection information only I am getting. So what is the statement? What is the reason for mentioning this line of statement is? So I will give one example. You will be working in your browser with a Gmail. So now when you want to close your Gmail account, you will not close the browser. You will first sign out, then close the browser. The same way MySQLi will do. Whenever you perform some operation, it will close the MySQL connection which you have opened here. So here you have given a command called MySQL connect. This means that PHP session will open the connection, means it will log in, but virtually it will be not logged out until and unless you give this particular statement. So this is very important whenever you are doing some real-time projects or some secure application. So that time you have to ensure that this connection is closed, or else there is a chances of other PHP sessions to get access for your database. So just you have to ensure that MySQL I close connection. So here connection refers to, con refers to this one. So if I am giving this one in the name of CSE means So I have to close here in the name of CSC, and here also I have to use CSC. So that is that means that, so this is just a variable, where and all you are using this variable, you have to use that particular option. For example, here assume that I will be using con only, and I will execute the statement. So it is showing like undefined variable con, because con connection you have not defined only. This variable is not defined only. It is defined in the name of CSE means, so you have to use as CSE only. So just the role of variable it is doing, that's all. So now I think you got all the need of this, all this statement. So now we'll just improvise this one further by making these lines. So I will just uncomment this line which originally I have used. Edit, command block, uncomment. So here I am using one more variable name. So that is server name, username, password. So what is the reason of this one is, sometimes you may be, there is a need of connecting to different connecting to the MySQL via different functions or different classes. So that time you have to have this connection n number of times. So instead of giving this all values, passing the values directly inside your MySQL iConnect, so you are going to just pass that one using the global variables here. So here the first variable will take a server name. So I will give server name. Okay, here it is showing suggestions. Next variable should be the username. So I will be just giving the username, comma. You can see that there is highlighted button highlighted one is coming. It is showing string host, string username, string password. Means you have to, the parameter is should be followed in the same syntax. First should be the server name, next should be the username, next should be the password, and last should be your database name, that is DB name. So here I have defined my server name as localhost, so this will come here as a through the variable. Here I have given username as root, this will come here. Here I have given password as blank, this password field will come here, and I will define one more variable called DB name with the name Manju, which I already created. So now you can understand what is the need of going for different way of coding. So all these things, so while learning through next aspects and all, so you will be able to understand this one more clearly, and you will practice this one. So when you are doing your project, so you can see here all server name, username, password, database name I have given, and this value is already given in the name of variable here. So and whenever you are using a variable this thing, so you have to carefully observe here is, so variable is not given in any codes, but if I am using just assume that if I am using my password directly means, so I have to give in double quotes. I have to give in double quotes, but since variable I am using, so I am just using the variable name without any quotes, because already I am giving the name within the quotes and storing in this particular variable. And again, this is a variable, you can give whatever name you want. I will be just giving as a server, I will be just giving as a user, I will be just giving it as a password, that is pass, I will just give as a DB. So server, user, pass, DB. Means the same thing should be used here. That is, you can use the same server, user, pass, DB. So this is the concept. This is how the test connection page will go on. So now let us learn, execute this. Okay, MySQL is connected successfully. So with this, we have instructed our PHP to log into localhost server with a username root and this password and access a database Manju. So this is how the initial setup we want to do. So there is if you see that I am having 15-16 lines of code means, so it is not so that hardly, so the one main connection is this is sufficient. So all this thing we are just making for the easy of access. So exactly we can make easy of access and more user friendly programming if you want to make means. So then you have to follow all this procedure. So in next video, so I will be just showing how exactly we can insert, delete and check out all the fetch all the data from MySQL using HTML. So that will be coming in the next video. Thank you.